Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel. Or if it's your first time, welcome to my channel. My name is Mali and I talk about everything related to recovery and healing the relationship with your own body, with food and with movement. And today I want to touch on a topic that's super important to me because I know that so many people struggle with it. Do I have to be inpatient in order to take my ED seriously? And of course the short answer is no. The long answer is the thought alone of being sick enough or of having to be sick enough, the thought alone of, oh, I have to fulfill certain things. I have to be under a certain BMI or under a certain amount of weight. I have to go to one clinic at least, or for some people it's even a higher number. That thought is a consumption by your eating disorder. And what I mean by that is that healthy people don't have these thoughts. When I started my first diet and I was like slowly slipping into an eating disorder, I always thought I'm not sick enough to get help. I actually noticed that I was not doing great. I noticed that I pushed myself to work out every day. I noticed that I struggled with my body and with eating way more than I ever did before. But I still didn't think that I deserved help. And so the worse my eating disorder got, the lower the point where I thought I had to be in order to be sick enough got. So while the first weight goal that I set for myself was a little bit higher, once I reached that goal, it went lower and lower and lower. And this is one thing about eating disorders. Depending on which eating disorder you struggle with and which goals you set for yourself, or even if you don't set any goals, but your eating disorder will have certain rules. And once you achieve a certain milestone goal, whatever you want to call it, I actually don't like to call it these things because it sounds very positive and it's actually a pretty disordered thing. But whenever you will achieve one of these points, your eating disorder will have the next goal already. So don't tell yourself, oh, once I'm at this weight, I will eat again. Once I'm under this BMI, I will seek out help. Because I can tell you for sure that your eating disorder will always find ways to let you go further and to find another excuse. I actually never wanted to go to a clinic. But over time, some people had told me that they don't believe that I'm really sick. Some people had told me that they think I'm just acting, all these kind of things. So over time, and the more I actually dived into certain pages on Instagram back at the time and like Tumblr and all these kind of things, the more I felt that I have to go to a clinic in order to be really sick, in order to really deserve help. But the problem is that I could have started recovery way earlier, and going to a clinic for me was just another milestone. I didn't even want to recover, which was why the clinic was not very successful for me. If you guys would like to know what it was for me to be in a clinic, what experiences I had, I'm happy to tell you about it. Just comment down below and I make another video about it. But for me, going into a clinic was not successful because first of all, I actually didn't really want to recover. I just wanted to go to a clinic so that I could show myself, oh, I'm really sick enough because now I had to go inpatient. And second of all, because I thought they will make me healthy, which will never work out. You need to have motivation yourself. Nobody will make you healthy. There will be people who can help you. There will be situations that help you, sentences that help you. But for so long, I was always looking for this number one answer, for the one person who could give me the ultimate tip on recovery, for the one thing that I had to realize in order to recover. Recovery happens by doing. And what I mean by that is recovery is repeated actions over and over again by working against your eating disorder. So when your eating disorder tells you, you wake up in the morning, first thing you have to do is going for a walk, then you don't do that. That's what recovery is. When your eating disorder tells you to skip a meal or to just order the salad, and I know it sounds so simple and so hard at the same time, but that's what recovery is about. So you can go to 5 clinics if you are not willing to actually take these steps and to work on your habits and especially to work against your eating disorder, you won't recover. But if you are actually willing to step out of your comfort zone, to fight against your eating disorder and to repeat those habits over and over again, then your recovery will be nearly guaranteed. And of course, it will be super helpful to work with a coach, with a therapist, or whoever you want to work with. But I'm telling you right now, neural rewiring is a thing, and it will happen, but it won't happen overnight. So it's not enough to face your feared food just once or twice. You have to face it over and over and over again. The amount of time that I had to choose a fear food over and over and over again is uncountable. Because, as I just said, it isn't enough to just do it once or twice. I had to do it so many times until it wasn't a fear food anymore. And even then, I tried to concentrate to still eat this food from while to while, so it doesn't become a fear food again. Because our brain really takes a while. But as I just said, with repeated actions against your eating disorder, you will recover. And of course, there's way more to recovery than just that. But in my recovery, that was one of the biggest needle movers. I never wanted to hear it, but I had to eat. When I went into the clinic, I thought, oh, I will have some great therapy and they will find some childhood trauma. And once I talk about it, I will be happy again and I will start eating again. Well, that's not the point. Of course, it can be super helpful to talk about your past, to talk about certain things, to work with a therapist through traumas or whatever you want to work through. But when it comes to recovery, therapy is never enough. And the reason why I was in therapy for 10 years, but never ever recovered from my eating disorder was because I was not willing to change something. In fact, I was too afraid of gaining weight. But when I finally made the change and accepted my weight gain and accepted the fear and did it anyway, that's when recovery happened. So regardless of if you decide to go into a clinic or not, that has to be your motivation. Don't expect anyone to give you the magic pill or the magic sentence that will make you healthy. Expect to fight, but also know that you can do it. I know that everyone out there who struggles with an eating disorder is fighting a fight every day, but I know that you can do it. And I know that there's something in you that wants to recover, because otherwise you wouldn't watch this video, right? So even if you're still in the depth of your eating disorder, there is a reason why you click this video. There is a reason why you are watching recovery content, because part of you wants to recover. So please do me a favor and try to listen to this part. And again, if you want to have a video about my experience in a clinic, please let me know down below. You know me, guys. I will never share any BMIs, numbers, anything like this. So I will make sure that it's not a triggering video. But if this is something that you're interested in, let me know. And otherwise, I will see you in the next one.